Every day at the main event is moving day. Move into the money.
Congratulations, you've all made the money!
Move into the top 100.
What is this? Is this real life?
As soon as it hits the top 100, it's going to start to feel real.
Today, players look to move on to day 8 and the final table. Oh my, she got them both to fold the best hand.
Great play.
The river card is a 9 that brings home the straight for Arthur Morris.
Big mistake. Don't mess with me this orbit.
Trying to summon a 10. It's a huge day at the main event. Move on or move out.
Jonathan Tamayo flopped a set of 7s. Rick Lowe flopped top pair, which is no good.
Raise 1.2 million.
And raises.
Pretty dreamy for Tamayo to see this race come out of low. Couple draws possible, so Tamayo might just elect to fast play, especially because bottom set unblocks top pair hands here. And you don't want a potential scare card to come off sometimes, because in that situation you might not get max value. We do see Tamayo just calling.
Low, the shorter of the two stacks, and wow.
Check.
Dangerous. Turn card is low, turns top 2 and is still second best.
And low checking now, just thinking he's trapping when he is being trapped.
Low says thank you.
2.1 million.
Well, Rob Lowe, 58-year-old, was a thorn in Brian Rast's side last night, and he has pushed all in.
This is Rick Lowe, by Rob's older cousin.
Interesting.
So Tamayo shows the set, and Lowe is down to a queen or a jack for the full house to keep his main event dreams alive. As Lowe now stands with one card to come. Tray of diamonds, the end of day 7, the end of the main event for Rick Lowe. I'm hearing words of another all-in. Tamayo with ace queen. Song has ripped it with ace 9.
Quite a fall for Steven Song, the great Steven Song. Day 5 chip leader, day 6 chip leader.
Yep.
Hard.
No help here. Tamayo on the verge of a second straight knockout here.
All right.
Yep, and that's going to do it. So Jonathan Tamayo building a stack quickly with 2 knockouts, almost 22 million. Steven Song collecting 160 grand. I don't know, it's years ago, I don't remember.
So again, because of the reasons y'all cited earlier, people did not live as long then. Most of the people who guess this at my poker tables guess in the 50s or 40s. 84.
No.
Yes, 84. Yeah.
Wow.
You can look it up.
Stunned. No, I don't have to look it up. I believe you. 84.
42. You just mentioned he's, you know, he invented 8,000 things.
And went back and forth across
He's in Europe, he's in America.
Times.
You're claiming he's a womanizer every other night of the week. And you think he's gone at 42?
Wow. For all those reasons.
What was his secret? I mean, was he into kombucha? Was he? What was?
Maybe.
What kind of clean living?
Revered. How did he
was Ben
never
Franklin
become
leading?
president?
Well, that job ages you, so that's another reason that he lived longer.
True. Huh. 80s.
84.
It's pretty good. We're working our way. That's about what we have now, right?
We're in that ballpark.
Yeah.
Were you talking about the king in his court or somebody else?
Yeah, the king in his court. And Eddie Feiner died last year.
You can find on YouTube, I think, video of him striking out Willie Mays and Roberto Clemente. And then the court, you know, how many fielders did he have? He only had like 2 fielders or something.
He didn't need any.
Because he did. He struck everybody out. It was a small court.
That's a safe court, a small court. Most kings have found that out.
You know, are going to work at a high frequency, and maybe he thinks that a double barrel is going to get through in this particular situation. I'm not sure if it will. I think if I were Xiao, I would probably call again and decide on the river, but we'll see what she wants to do with this particular hand. We'll say that if you're going to do what Schwartzberg is doing, then you might as well get it all in while you can before the delay catches up, right? And then you lose some of your credibility.
And it does work. Joseph, with that short stack, as you mentioned, Norman is all in with the ace-queen. Garrett Bach from Canada with pocket sevens.
Fun for everybody.
No fun.
No fun?
That's fun.
Okay.
That is a lot of fun.
Little help.
You asked for fun, you got it.
Look at the slot machine of outs.
Wow.
Yes. Let it be just 7.
He's queen 10 diamond.
7 and then.
Oh, the diamond.
Ding, 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 ding,
It's
ding,
the
ding.
royal.
How could he
What's
miss?
the payout? What's the payout?
How could he miss?
That's
Dealer, bravo. Bravo.
that's
Schwartzberg back at it. Foxen with the pocket jacks after the raise. And on the big blind, Schwartzberg will come along. Pretty nice flop for the jacks. By the way, the payout will be $200,000 through elimination number 45.
Straightforward C-bet spot for Foxen here with the overpair. The 8 in Schwartzberg's hand might keep things interesting for him. He has ace high, does have backdoor straight possibilities he might be looking for. That's kind of what Schwartzberg thought he might want to give him a little more reason to stay in this hand.
As the action, as the open-ender. She sees how the board is straightening as well.
Yeah, but the nice part is she does have blockers to Jack 8, obviously. So, you know, still going to be a lot of one-pair hands floating out there, some pair straight draw hands. There will be some two-pair combos, not too many. You don't expect Schwartzberg to come along with, you know, the offsuit combos of 7 deuce, but might have the 7 deuce suited, will have the 9-7 suited and 9-7 O's. But either way, I think that her hand is looks like he's going to continue to call here.
Oh.
Just a complete brick
Yep,
on the river.
Safe card.
Just ace high now.
Quick check. Now she's decided.
On certain things. Oh, it looks like he's going to do it. It looks like he's just going to put her on, you know, the queen jack, king jack type hands that have 2 overs and straight possibilities.
Here comes the hero call. Say goodbye to those chips. My goodness, who would have thought?
Think long, go wrong. That hero call doesn't work out for Schwartzberg.
Here, Russell Rosenblum, ace 7. Jason Sagel with the kings. Russell looking for an out to keep this amazing run going.
Ace! I don't even have diamonds. Four is a sweat.
Big time sports bettor won the Circa competition the last couple of years, I believe.
Yeah, he's pretty good at almost anything he does.
Yeah.
That's a fun one to win. It's $1 million, right?
Yeah, well, nah, 3. His team split 3 million. There are 2 other guys with him looking for help. That's going to do it. Russell Rosenblum, one of the names of the World Series and the gambling's past, out here on day 7.
He was 6th at the 02 main event, which Robert Varconi won, and impressively now, his 6th main event cash of this century. Well done, Russell Rosenblum.
It sounds so long when you say this century. You know?
Well, we're a quarter of the way into it.
We are. I
you
get
know?
it. Yeah. So 200,000 into the bank of Russell Rosenblum. Well done, sir. Stick around. Somebody will be with you right now to bring your hundreds. Bye. And all in and call at our feature table with kings is Hoffman, all in. Jason Hoffman, seat 1. And with pocket 9s, Jason James, who won the tag team event with 9s and flopped a 9. So Hoffman, who doubled up in the first couple of minutes of today at our feature table, in need. A boat, but still. Kings, and now an ace. Couldn't do it. Hoffman, Jason Hoffman, extended his stay at day 7 with a nice double up early on, and goes out with 250,000 promised. Coming out pretty soon, we'll tell a lot about the history of the game back then, called Poker Pioneer. Called that because he has been a pioneer in a lot of firsts, been the smoking and non-smoking issue in poker rooms. He was also the first past main event champion hired to run the World Series of Poker in 02 and then get fired the day before it all started. So that's another thing. But check out, Tom's going to be playing on the Hall of Fame event this weekend, and a book that is going to come out soon called Poker Pioneer. So good luck with that. Surely will teach people a lot about the game. Flush draw for Ostad against the pair of deuces for Shao.
Looks like she's going to take this as a check raise, which again, I have been really impressed with her ability to. I like mixing in some check raises with bottom pair hands, but I also might want to have some backdoor draws when I do that. So maybe if, you know, the 5 were a diamond, I would feel like maybe that would be a better spot. But you can turn trips as well. But let's not forget, Ostad not drawing dead at all. Poker viewers and fans, they want blood. They want bloodshed. They're not here for the peaceful grind. They're not here for the raise and take it. They're here for a boat versus a flush. They were here for yesterday's straight flush.
Oh my gosh, the last 2 days, yeah.
That's what they want. Have sets here. You know, she certainly could have 8s and 5s that she would play this way, that she might want to check raise the flop, because if he had an overpair, you know, she thinks that she's going to be able to get some max value out of those types of hands. Oh, no.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no.
Things change.
This is bad. It looks
Maybe.
like, I mean, listen, he only has 6.6 million back, right? There's 9 million in the pot.
Oh, she's going for more.
I mean,
He turned his hand up.
yeah, I think he threw in a green chip for a call.
Okay.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Yeah, that would have been trouble otherwise. Yep.
Big hand.
What's the bet?
My goodness, what a pot going to Nicholas Ostad.
No, it's 5.
It's less. You called, right?
Yeah, I called.
Yeah,
I called them.
You have more than
The wrong
then
river in
I just wanted to
Ostat
make sure.
would be in the red zone,
Yeah.
and the right river gives him 70 bigs, and he now outchips Shundan.
So he just called, right? I mean, is that the question?
He threw in a green chip. I
Right,
was a green
okay.
chip
They were
in
going to
front
count
of
the
him.
whole stack, but it was not. That's not correct.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course, Lucky River. I mean,
All right, busy. Brian Kem is all in with ace king. Orson Young in seat 1. 3-bet with the pocket tens. So Brian at risk for almost 8.4 million. He needs help now. 1 spade. Orson Young looking to get quite a bit healthier here.
Easy all in for Kim, sitting on 20 bigs with the ace king suited.
That's not going to do it. Kim's outs. King or ace?
Ace or king one.
Ace or king?
Thank you.
They can edit that. River card. Oh, the finale is an ace.
I believe that's 8 million, perhaps?
10 million.
10.
That's a hand that means business.
This is a wild hand, Ali.
7.5 or something?
10 million.
How are we feeling about the hooks now, Nick?
Not great. We're hoping for ace, king, or tens, but we're not feeling very good at all. It doesn't mean he does just do it.
Morose.
And it is a 20 big blind kind of hand, but
does jam. The
here we
nines
are.
obviously bow out quickly, and suddenly
28.45 in the middle.
lava spewing everywhere here at the feature.
I don't recall a jack being folded for what it's worth, but Zadok in great shape.
28.5 million chip pot.
I have jacks.
If the Israeli can take it down, that'll put him right up there toward the top of the stacks here at this feature. To the flop we go. Jacob says hello.
I believe Dan Weinman caught a jack last year as well. Similar scenario. And for Zadok, the light is seriously dimming, Ali.
Well, a smile on his face, but obviously a very different sentiment inside. Jacks full on the turn still. Zadok hunting a needle here as you see Jesse Caps, who made a deep run himself there on the rail, giving piggybacks.
That could go poorly,
Yeah.
guys.
And the river, a one-legged ace, not the variety required. And it appears that the showers are not only assigned to Daniel Zadok, who can live with things.
End of the day, when you get it in pre with aces for 28 million this deep in the main, Got to hold your head high. What a run for Zadok. And just like...
Defends the big. And how about Quadzilla?
Yeah. And kind of Gonzalez's board as well, to where this could get a little bit weird. No waiting at all for James.
Yeah, this is deeply dry texture against a big blind defense. If we're Gonzalez, we can just comfortably rep the ace highs and the pairs. And we know quads are tough to come by, so 700. And the expectation that with great frequency we'll be able to take this one down, perhaps, for Andres Gonzalez, the 30-year-old from Cartagena, Spain, who attended Madrid University, a professional poker player. Began back in 2014, 294,000 in earnings for him. He squares off against Jason James, who, of course, is not looking to lose his customer. Plays the check call. Turn things slowed down.
Perhaps Gonzalez is done, and a wise choice if he is.
Unclear. And if we're James, do we feel compelled to get busy ourselves or maybe tempt something dusty?
I sometimes try to tempt something dusty and rep threes and check it once more, but betting is normal as well, and that's a winner.
That it is. Exchanges. We have an all-in and a call over at table C. This one involves Weissman and Latinois.
And it's on Wu closing the action, I believe. I see him and Latinois very deep. Does Wu want to hunt the 6, Ali?
This would be action on the side. As it came down, Latinois made it $1 million to go. Wu flatted. Then, of course, we saw Weissman jam. Well, we didn't see it, but we can deduce it.
Good luck, Weissman, gentlemen. Sees the bad news. We saw Jack speed aces once today.
Don't do that.
We did just objectively see it.
But...
And also Latinois has 46 million back, so it wouldn't be
fair. That's right.
You know,
you're absolutely
but
right
fair
about that. I take that back. It was more the broom ride, which we, are concerned about for the man at risk. And this is a very different development. However, spades
does have the spade.
Deuce 3 for the chop.
Deuce 3 is possible.
Justin grabbing his pack. Can he work a little magic into this turn to keep his hopes alive? No, it's now quads. And that's a sweat-free.
What a run for Weissman. He was tough, Ali.
As we slip it over to table B, this appears to have been a raise from Russell originally to 1.1. Rasty 3-bet the ace-queen, and all of a sudden, the cold 4 jam, courtesy of 2 kings in the small for Tamayo.
The cold 4 jam is no joke. But he's thinking it through, and who can blame him?
Did receive a really unexpected admonishment from a dealer yesterday when he was doing this on the river, where he called a gentleman's hand exactly as 2 5s in a very improbable spot. And note that Rasty will still have 17 bigs with which to fight on, but he decides to make the call. And Tamayo, well in front, as you can see, 71%, but over a quarter of the time, this ace-queen will lay claim to the almost 25 million.
Let me just verify real quick. I'm pretty certain he's at risk. 6, 8,
Rasty
9,
knew
10.
the
Yeah,
situation
this is
was
correct.
fairly dire, but deemed himself priced in.
And there's Antonio Esfandiari, his good buddy, on the rail. Rasty going over for the update.
Called 8 point something off. There is 20. Man, they're taking their time on this flop, Ollie.
Is there a flop? No.
Here it is.
Is there a flop?
She has the 4 of spades working.
Not good. Yep. It's coming. It's coming. Yep.
The Brazilians are activating here. Perhaps they can taste.
I don't know if those are clean for more Chrissy down to the lone ace as an
We
out.
need a river. We need the ace. We need a river. Ace!
3 outs
Come on.
for Mrs. Foxen.
Come on.
And there they are. It is the ace. Oh my God, it is the ace. Go on, Chrissy. Sit right back down and stack that 6.3. Oh my. Ali, it didn't feel like it was coming. But it's only 3 outs. It just, oh my.
I confess.
An all-time legend here, just kind of settling into his prime as well. So he'll be back. What a run.
That's
Congrats.
a sturdy oak, Nick, that
24th place.
One of those trees that falls silently in the forest. His departure.
If a tree falls in the woods, in this case, it does make a sound.
Yeah.
Man, they're taking their time on this flop, Ollie.
Is there a flop? No.
Here it is.
Is there a flop?
She has the 4 of spades working.
Not good. Yep. It's coming. It's coming. Yep.
The Brazilians are activating here. Perhaps they can taste.
I don't know if those are clean for more Chrissy down to the lone ace as an
We
out.
need a river. We need the ace. We need a river. Ace!
3 outs
Come on.
for Mrs. Foxen.
Come on.
And there they are. It is the ace. Oh my God, it is the ace. Go on, Chrissy. Sit right back down and stack that 6.3. Oh my. Ali, it didn't feel like it was coming. But it's only 3 outs. It just, oh my. Goes for the check.
Oh, this is not great for Foxen.
Well, it's not the worst either, mind you.
Is she looking to check back and take a free turn?
But then one considers a lot of ace-king and ace-queen. Maybe she's seeing where she's at.
The upper crust of the Broadway combos are the first thing that come to mind for me.
She goes for 1.3. See how Yegor responds.
This procedure here from Yegor making things trickier and trickier for Chrissy in terms of escapes. Now that card in particular.
Relief in some regard for Chrissy. We can't really see a road to her going broke anymore unless she decides to turn the 9s into a bluff and somehow Moreau's heroes it off. But it is sweet relief. And if I were Chrissy, I'd be very concerned they have the ace now in this kind of odd line. She checks as well. The river is a 4th spade. That's a very interesting card where now the road to a Chrissy win at the very least is on the table. If Moreau's elects to check it over, she has a real decision. Of course, a bet would put pressure on something like ace-king of diamonds. Moreau's hasn't checked yet, though.
2 overcards to the jacks. A 10 is a problem as well. Spades quite clearly.
These are always tough where it's maybe we win if we check, but probably not. But just that being in the air makes it a little harder to bluff, but here it would have to be red eights that have just given up now. Doesn't seem like we win if we check very often. 12 million in the middle. 12 million back for Chrissy.
Well, if we don't feel like the nines have showdown value.
She's eyeing her chip, Sully.
Then the bluff is incumbent upon us. She is breathing heavily, it would appear. Not suggesting any correlations whatsoever. These moments.
Ali, she's reaching
Bear
in a major
weight,
way.
and yes.
Beautiful.
Look at the moxie.
And for Morose with red jacks, he would really have to put her on pairs below the 10 spadeless. Fantastic execution from Chrissy B. One of the biggest bluffs of her life, certainly. Outstanding. Go on, Chrissy.
It is an all-in and a call. Obviously, we're going to come back to that other one. Jack's aces brewing in table B. Yake Wu appears to have gotten his remains involved with Malcolm Franke. It's nickels against the king-queen. $21 million chip pot, A7-6 clubless kit for both parties. Yake steps back forward for a closer look. His fives. Poised to double. You see his rail. Looking on, and then the red king. A disastrous development. Painfully leaving Wu with a 2-outer here. We've seen some miraculous things, but not this time. The dream here, but very much the nightmare if we're Russell having stuck half our stack plus out here.
I've not had a fun time against you at this tournament. Okay, I mean, I can't fold for this. I call.
He says he can't fold for it and announces call, Nick.
I'm not sure which one of you is all in.
61.7 in the middle.
It's exactly where my eyes were trained. This is an incredibly large pot.
Such a messed up spot with me. Limping pretty flop. Wow.
This is unbelievable. Russell does cover ever so slightly.
I don't know how to tell you this, but jacks have performed quite well against aces.
Well, good time for a jack.
Well, both for Mr. Weinman, a couple of,
Okay, you want me to double check or you're sure?
last main event, and then already here today, we observed for Yegor, Jacob pay us a visit quite fruitfully. Can Coelho actually allow aces to hold? It sure looks that way.
Man, does it get any sweeter than ace in the window?
Not sure it does.
It is official.
Ace is full on the turn.
I'm not sure if I got. Yeah, just
there wasn't a whole lot of doubt.
Double count.
Action open to this 4-bet, which came into 10 million.
Is aces again against fours.
Brian ushered out. And now, the most dire of straits for Gerardo Hernandez. He knows it. Knapsack over the shoulder. Back off briefly. If he's got a 4 in that backpack, it's time to flick it onto the felt. Can't be blamed for collecting his belongings. But he finds the 4.
Hang on a second.
Not so fast, my friend.
Viva Mexico, settle down, though.
Yeah,
Settle it
tranquilo.
down. Tranquilo, cabrón.
Brian, by the way, would have worked his way into the nut flush draw here with a pair of 10s had that option been made available by Mura. Instead, Gabriel needs the ace.
What a huge 4 that is with the Brian extra chips, a triple up. He's right back in it.
More pressing matters to attend to, it would seem. And they involve our man Russell, who I believe has been shipped over to this table from table B.
See if he can run it back. It's dire as it stands. Ace-8 for Russell. Latinois in with the ace-king.
Played it as a flat, by the way, looking to invite perhaps trouble.
Russell has 500 back. 1,000, that is.
Jack 4-4 board. Backdoor spades and chopportunities, but problems at present.
All in for 500,000. And call.
Charles does end up shipping the 500 out there. Latinois always a caller. And now, an 8 million chip pot. Just 16% to scoop it. 15% of the time with 2 to come. They will cut it up. By the way, this, backward blue baseball cap and Bordeaux aren't generally...
Oh, yeah. You can see that glass is kind of leaning a little bit, too. 3 on the turn. Can Russell find the 8 or a 3 or a jack?
He needs to. And instead...
Not a very good run to you, sir.
It's the 9.